Good morning and welcome to another kerfuffle webinar here. I'm delighted to have Graham Edwards of Ravensworth. How are you, Graham? You're looking resplendent there in that top. That's something I'd be proud of.
Thank you very much, Simon. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me on. And yeah, it's a brand new shirt, especially for today.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's like, you know, I mean, I've gone down the Manchester's Mark Zuckerberg point of view, so I never need to wear anything other than a pink top. But I'm guessing a lot of people have kind of saved money this year with not having to splash out on fashion because you've got nowhere to go, have you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I was wearing shorts and a T-shirt up until the end of September.
Well, to be fair, come on, you're a Geordie up there, aren't you? You guys wear it into January, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, Graham, I was thinking about this before. Ravensworth is just, I think it's probably for me the most synonymous of suppliers. You know, we get sometimes, you know, well, when they're being kind, they call me the Willy Wonka or Whaley Wonka of prop tech. But actually, prop tech, you know, on our site, it's actually all about all suppliers. Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, Ravensworth really is one of those first ones, you know, going back to the early days and I've been lucky enough to actually visit and it actually feels very Willy Wonka style when you go around your production floor, your factory, especially now. It's just, it's absolutely incredible what you do. So you're at the heart, aren't you, of so many agents, core marketing really these days. Yeah. What I suppose my question was going to be, other than obviously congratulating you, because this is all about saying well done on getting into the top 40 at EA Masters recently, and indeed the top 10 in the 2X category there. You haven't sat on your laurels, though, have you? You haven't, you know, it's not like you've just gone and said, okay, well, print is what we do. The evolution of how easy it is now, the variety of being able to create different print solutions, and indeed all the other things like PhotoFixer and stuff is, you've really evolved and adapted to this changing world, haven't you?
Yeah, well, we believe we have, Simon. I mean, Ravensworth itself, as you alluded to, the business was founded back in 1973. And has always been, you know, print has always been at the core, the heart of the business. But you know, there's only really so long that can be the case, because there's so many other companies out there who do print. But we know that we do it really well. You know, we have great quality print, we have great service, and we have a really good price as well. And so those three things have always really been core to our stable over the years. But what, you know, you mentioned prop tech before there. When I joined the company 2.5 years ago, we really needed to go back to basics and think, you know, what else can we do to maintain and sort of manage our market leading position? And it really is about the technology, Simon. So where we've really begun to focus is how can we make that print journey, if you like, so for estate agents, as easy as possible, so we can give as much time as possible back to agents to allow them to focus on their core businesses. So that's really where we've focused. And, you know, that is about technology. It's about the platforms, that our print platforms that we use to engage estate agents on, and how quickly they can actually send a product to print is really important to us. And that's what we're trying to achieve with My Ravensworth, which was the winning platform.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And we were talking as well, just off camera there as well, is now is more relevant than ever, isn't it? You've got people who's, you know, got trapped eyeballs, as they talk about now. They're at home. I mentioned to you when we were on the phone, the kind of I heard the doorbell go and I like ran. I've got the post now, whereas normally I'd kind of ignored it. It's genuinely you've got a real you tamed it, that kind of digital confusion that's going on, which
digital chaos.
That digital chaos is a really interesting concept to me, because I think, you know, going back when obviously all of these kind of EDM providers, these electronic direct mail providers came out, and if you had somebody's email, you could almost guarantee, couldn't you, that was the golden ticket. You could obviously get that attention now. But, you know, as so often happens, it kind of got ruined by the spammers and just everyone getting on board now. And realistically, these days, you've got to really, really be lucky or have something exceptional to stand at a chance of standing out in that inbox. Whereas you just simply can't ignore realistically something coming through your post box still, can you?
Not really, because it's physical and it's in your hands. You know, if you think you mentioned email there, if you think about email, how many emails do you delete a day, Simon? You know, there must be.
Let me just have a look on my phone. I don't know if you can see that.
Well, exactly.
7,000 unread.
Exactly. I mean, it becomes a headache, doesn't it? And it's what we call in Ravensworth, you know, digital chaos. And I think now more than ever, you know, print is standing out a lot more. And I think there's definitely a need for like a hybrid sort of approach between print and digital. The two things need to be in alignment. They need to be under the same brand, need to be part of a coordinated campaign. But when you get a printed message through your door or a flyer or whatever it is, you know, you pick it up, it's tangible. You pin it up in your kitchen, you refer back to it. And yeah, I mean, that's what we do, and our clients love it. I mean, we have 5,000 agents that we, you know, at some point during a year, every one of those agents will transact with us and order with us. Many of those agents do it on a daily basis. You know, some of our larger clients, and you know, they love print and they tell us it works. You know, we just had some feedback the other day from one agent who used one of our direct mail campaigns with using A5 flyers, and they got three instructions off that campaign. You know, so,
I mean, vendors love it, don't they? They love the production, they love the quality that you guys can produce. And if somebody's going in there with some ropey details, brochures, whatever else there, you know, they're just not going to stand a chance of coming up against your glossies, are they?
Well, that's it. It's, you know, it's as much as giving the allowing the agent to give the vendor the right information in the right format, but it's also good for the agent in terms of the way that they present themselves as well. So if you go down the road, I mean, we bought our house last year, and you know, one agent gave us like a dog-eared piece of A4 paper with a, you know, like printed out on a £40 desktop or something it was, you know. And then you get the other agents who order, you know, 350 GSM, you know, laminated brochures, you know, real prestige. And it's about how they want to present themselves to the market as much as anything.
Yes, it's everything's a spectrum, isn't it? I was actually just before lockdown. I was in a town, and it will remain nameless. And I saw a load of black and white. Literally, it must have been photocopies in the window. And I just thought, you know, the best are getting better, and the rest are just staying back in the yard, aren't they? Basically these days.
Definitely.
Let me just go. This was some of the information that we obviously did. As I said, it wasn't just, you know, a lot of people actually had a really good single innovation, but I think with you there was a whole host of different things. So, you know, the My Ravensworth sections we're talking about there, which is your online, obviously being able to access that 24/7 and everything else. You've got that new instant print application that's showing you that, you know, nice drag and drop functionality, which I've got, you know, my name's famously Simple Simon. So people like me can use stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Just talk us through that intelligent PDF interrogator there, because that sounded really, really interesting in terms of what that actually does.
I mean, basically, you know, it is a combination of things. My Ravensworth is the platform that to get right for the very first time in Ravensworth, it brings together all of our sort of products and services in one place. You know, prior to My Ravensworth, you had to go onto a different site to use PhotoFixer. You had to go on a marketing toolkit to do your web to print or whatever it was. This brings it all together. And it not only brings it all together, it's completely rewritten. So all of the applications that are kind of disparate in My Ravensworth, but in one place, they're all API-driven applications. So the beauty about that is we can plug any of those applications into any third-party CRM site or whatever, because collaboration, you know, automation, collaboration, integration, we know is the key, because it's been discussed many times on these webinars, and that's the direction that we're heading in. But the instant print application, which currently is the core application on My Ravensworth, that has something called an intelligent PDF interrogator. So as soon as an estate agent uploads a PDF into that system, it immediately recognizes what it is, what shape it is, what size it is, what orientation it needs to be, whether it's a brochure, whether it's a flyer, how many pages it is. It identifies all of that immediately, taking away that hassle from the agent. The only thing the agent needs to do then is select the quantity that they want to order, and select the finishing. So whether it be laminated, matte laminated, glossy, whatever it is. Now, if the agent has got those preferences preset in their account, they don't even have to do that. All they've got to do is click send to print. So you can actually, between logging on and getting a product to print on My Ravensworth, can take maximum 30 seconds. And after that point,
amazing. I was talking, I don't know if you saw, I was talking to Rich, obviously, you know, from our partnership group from Des Res yesterday, and he was making that point when he first came into it, that like so many do, we tend to, you know, lag behind other industries and everything else, but there's nobody doing anything else better than this at the moment, is there? Wherever it is, this isn't just at the forefront of technology in our industry; it's in terms of print, digital print, anywhere else that's out there, isn't it?
Well, we believe that there is nothing else like this, you know, and as I said in the beginning, you know, we've always had great print, great service, great price. Now we've got great technology, which makes things much simpler, easier, and faster for estate agents. And once they get that once they send that product to print through My Ravensworth, typically 60% of all products hit our presses within 15 minutes. And that's because of the technology that we've deployed. So, you know, and invariably for most products, they'll get it the very next day.
As I said, I can't say it enough times. Going round there to a little kid like me, okay, I was probably doing a bit more of an Augustus Gloop impression than most people you show round, but just to see it in action, to see that stuff as it hits it, the sheer volume that goes through, yeah, it's incredible. I know you'll see it every day, but for someone like me, an average punter, it's absolutely, you know, actually breathtaking in terms of when you see the volumes and the quality that's coming out. So, but from my point of view as well, just looking at now, obviously, I thought, God, you must really have struggled. Obviously, busy shop floor, but from what you were saying before, even by putting in place all of the, you know, all the socially safe elements there, you guys haven't missed a beat. You've kept the production going there, and crucially as well, even better than that, and touch wood and everything else, haven't even had a single case up there from what you were
we haven't, and our production facility has been open like all the time. And as we said backstage, you know, we've been operating 24-hour, you know, 3 sets of 8-hour shifts. In between those shifts, you know, the machines are wiped down, disinfected, all surfaces are disinfected. You know, clearly there's as much social distancing as possible. There's screens between machines. There's one-way systems. So, you know, it's all been, you know, really responsibly managed in terms of the production facility. And, you know, we're really proud of what the guys have achieved there.
Well, hats off to you. As I said, I can't even begin to think of. I can barely, you know, get myself ready in the morning. Let her go. The logistics that you guys have to do to obviously make all that possible. And obviously, so we're talking there about more about in terms of classic brochures, window cards, everything else. But that instant marketing application you're talking about, that's where again direct mail, which a lot of people will be looking at the moment. That's been brought kicking and screaming as well, hasn't it, into the modern age.
Yeah, exactly. So the instant marketing application, which is I think this week actually going to be in My Ravensworth, so we'll launch that. That adds another dimension. So it, you know, we've talked about instant print and the PDF Interrogator. The instant marketing application allows clients to actually use templates and edit templates on the fly within the application, add their brand logo, move things around, all that kind of stuff. And it also allows them to develop and manage direct mail campaigns, so they can you know, select radiuses around postcodes, purchase household data, purchase on the market data that we have now available as well. Which is really great, and it allows them to do all that stuff really quickly and easily in a few simple steps.
So as well as being able to have all that kind of GDPR compliant information there, you can hit your 2020s if you want to, or if you're looking at territories, you've got all that. That sounds really good. Actually, we tell you what, we just as a memo to myself here, as much as anything, Graham, let's do a webinar on that, because I think that sounds like a really interesting area. Talk to a couple of clients how they use that. That strikes me as a really key one. Okay, and PhotoFixer, as we know, that ability to amend and tweak photos to get those right for your marketing, again, is another service.
Absolutely. So that's the other application that's in there. Dead easy to use. Drag and drop your photographs. Tell us what you need doing with them. Whether you need like wheelie bins removing from driveways, blue skies, you want the grass a bit greener, whatever it is, we're able to do it, and we'll turn that around in 24 hours.
I literally, sorry, I just started imagining your SLAs and the heart attack I would have in terms of when you set yourself up. It's a bit like, okay, let me take it back to my relevance. It's a bit like when I order Uber Eats and it tells me it's going to be here in 10 minutes, and by 11 minutes I'm starting to think, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a bit unfair, isn't it, this world now? Everything is just on time. It's just immediately. Yeah, but that's the
And rightly so. I mean, they're the expectations of people now, and we've got to move with the times. And they need things fast. Straight away, immediacy is the key, and we're trying our best to be able to achieve that.
I just jumped off that slide there, but one of the key takeaways as well, which I think is so absolutely vital here, is that you are part of the property industry. And by that, I mean there's many businesses that are, I always talk about suppliers. But there's another demographic who are genuinely partners with the businesses, isn't it? And I'm guessing that's where you really want to see yourself, isn't it? In terms of that sweet spot where people see you as an essential rather than as a nice to have.
100%, Simon. Especially in this day and age, where many estate agents who chose to do their own printing in house with like big Xerox machines on leases. They've got to buy the ink, all that kind of stuff. They may not want to be doing that now because of social distancing. Maybe their offices, they're working from home, whatever it is. We are the natural outsourced partner for print, and we're the only company that I know of who does this solely for the property industry. We don't deal with any other industries. Our sole focus is property. So all of our applications, the workflow within those applications are all built from the ground up and around, an estate agent's marketing journey. Whether they're trying to present their brand, whether they're looking to generate listings, whether they're looking to market properties, whether they're looking to retain clients. It's all built around that.
And that just explain to me about, I mean, I understand the concept in my old days of CRM workflow. What does workflow mean to you guys?
Well, it means, whatever part of the journey that an estate agent is in, whether it's, sending a direct mail campaign out to maybe to generate, more instructions, whether it's to identify where, the competitors have got houses on the market, and potentially, at a certain point in time, we know that that vendor is typically going to swap from that agent, choosing that right point in time, through to making sure that they're refreshing their brand, that maybe they're for landing new homes, they're looking at maybe CGI, whatever they're in that sort of stage of their journey with their with the sort of vendor. We have a solution. So and our technology, in terms of the way our applications work, follow that journey as well, so they're able to see what point they should be doing certain things.
So essentially, whatever the life cycle point is, Ravensworth alongside it. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Well, look, Graham, today was as much as anything just to say congratulations and well done. But as ever, I always encourage everybody to get in contact with you. Here's your landing page on obviously there. Always do your due diligence and check out. As you can see, incredibly high score rating there, 4.9 out of 5 in terms of everything there, from quite a few reviews, and of course your kerfuffle deal as well. So I encourage them either get in contact with Graham or the team direct and just mention you're a kerfuffle member, or there's that nice big pink, everything's pink of course, I'm interested, contact me button, and we'll pass on those details. But it sounds like you've got a load of different really relevant tools as always there, Graham, that people should be obviously getting in contact with you and having a chat, especially this time of year when you're reviewing what's going to be relevant for 2021.
I've got to say, Simon, we're delighted to have been chosen as top 10 in 2X and a top 40 supplier. And, it would be remiss of me if I didn't at this point sort of mention the great work that the team has done in getting this over the line. We've got a fantastic team in Ravensworth, a great culture, and I'm so proud of every one of them.
I think I get accused of reverse racism here, but I always, there is a thing where the further north you go, the nicer people get. And your team, I've met them a number of times. They are absolutely first class. So, what I would be doing there, Graham, is shamelessly saying it's all down to the man at the top. But I know you're much more humble than me. Have a great week. Congratulations again, and we'll catch up soon.
Thanks a lot, Simon. Cheers.
Have a good